Up until World War I, Palestine was part of the Ottoman Empire. Afterwards, it became a British-mandated territory. At the center of the mandate, Jerusalem. After Israeli independence, the city was divided in 1948. The east became part of Jordan, the west became the capital of Israel. In 1948, when Israel was founded, its Arab neighbors declared war on the new state. Over the course of the war, 700,000 Palestinians fled from cities and villages and were displaced to Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, or the West Bank. At the end of the war, Israel had expanded its state territory, while East Jerusalem and the West Bank went to Jordan and the Gaza Strip to Egypt. During the Six-Day War in 1967, Israel occupied the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, and East Jerusalem. In 1979, a peace agreement was brokered between Israel and Egypt, and Sinai was returned to Egypt. 8 years later, the First Intifada was declared, and the Palestinians rose up against Israeli occupation. In 1993, the peace process between Israelis and Palestinians began with respective recognition. For 7 years, the two-state solution was negotiated to no avail. In 1995, transitory areas were established, areas that still exist today. A areas are under Palestinian control. Israel and Palestine share the control of the B areas. C areas are solely controlled by Israel. In the West Bank, the C areas cover about 60% of the land. 120 Jewish settlements and outposts have been built here. After bomb attacks during the Second Intifada, the Israeli government built a security fence in 2003. It seals off the West Bank and the Gaza Strip from Israel. In Jerusalem, the fence is a wall. In parts, it follows the city borders, but in parts, it sprawls deep into the West Bank. Some quarters of Jerusalem are behind the wall. It's mostly Palestinians that live here. To get to the other side of the wall, one has to pass a checkpoint. In 1948, there were barely 100,000 people living in the east and west of Jerusalem. Today, there are 800,000. They need space to live. They need flats, streets, and schools. The Israeli administration has built settlements in the Palestinian part of town. Jewish neighborhoods, entire quarters like Gilo, Pisgat Ze'ev, or Neve Yaakov. Aside from this, radical Jewish settlers take over houses in Arab quarters for the sole purpose of taking over the entire borough. In the 1st century, the Jewish temple was destroyed by the Romans. All that was left was the Wailing Wall, today a holy site for Jews. Muslims call Temple Mount Al-Haram al-Sharif. Muhammad is said to have ascended to the heavens from here. Temple Mount, with the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, are under the administration of the Islamic Waqf Foundation. The Old City of Jerusalem lies in the eastern part of town. According to the UN, it's part of the Palestinian territories. For Israel, it's part of its capital. It's divided into 4 quarters, a Jewish quarter, a Muslim quarter, a Christian quarter, and an Armenian quarter. Sacred sites of 3 world religions share a very small space: the Wailing Wall, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and the Holy Sepulchre. Each religion claims its own territory, yet there's only one Jerusalem.